Coming to you live from the top floor of the OBB Corporate Tower in downtown Coral Gables. You're listening to the top-rated American football podcast in countries that don't play American football. Ain't that some shit? These are the Orange Bowl Boys.
Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the over 2 million people that are backed by Morse. Visit edmorse.com.
Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 56.
56 Mario, it's Mario. What's going on with Henry? He doesn't seem happy. Not at all. Henry. Well, we'll just blow on right over that one, and we'll say, "Hey, how's everybody going? How's everybody doing?" Hey, Toast.
Not going to talk about it.
Not going to talk about Ed Reed? Are you serious?
Oh, it's like a. It's like making fun of your grandfather or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like you know it, you have to talk about it, but you absolutely should not do it. It shouldn't be done. You shouldn't.
Not making fun of Ed Reed.
You should just let it lie.
Really?
Yes.
So,
you can't.
All right.
It's like sacrilege. I don't know what that means, but
that's like 20 minutes that I had allotted.
Yeah, we're totally talking about it.
I mean, are you kidding me? Like, how do you not? Wow.
I mean, there's
nothing else to talk about, Scoop.
I know, but it's so I get it. I know. And we can talk about Novak being tied for 10th at Torrey.
Sure. All right. There's 2 minutes that Frank won't take part in.
We can talk about that. I mean, it's hard. That's hard because I don't see is how that goes. Like the conversation goes well. Like I don't see how it's shedding a good light. It seems a little. The whole thing seems a little cray-cray.
I don't believe that either side comes out of this looking better than when they went in. But I think one side comes out looking significantly worse than the other.
The guy said it was mildew.
Listen, man. You go into chats
disgusting.
and you listen to what students or pictures they're posting, and apparently this isn't just Bethune. Apparently this could be a tendency among HBCUs and the accommodations that they're just not what they should be. But I mean I don't know. But dude, that was insane. I mean, all right. So here's my one thing to Ed would be, bro. Like, if you're gonna do that, and I have total respect for you doing that, you gotta sign the deal first.
Yes.
Right? Like the deal's gotta be signed and sealed before you do that. It can't be a thing where, well, we handshake and we're gonna review it and the board will approve it next week, sort of a thing.
Because you got to see that was the causality, right? I think the social media outburst, obviously he was upset. He had every right to be upset. The conditions, I mean, he's Ed Reed, a Hall of Fame coach. You have a handshake and deal principle with him to be the next head coach of Bethune-Cookman. That is a huge get for you. Clean the man's office. Like there was trash in his office. That's the warm welcome. And that, I think, led to the how much they don't care attitude that I felt came out of Ed Reed reciprocal in that video. Because when he had that initial burst, that outburst, I was like, ooh, that's sharing some emotion there, Ed, which as Miami Hurricane fans, we love it. I mean, I put my heart into this shit, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Right? We love it. And he has a passion. He wanted to go ahead and change that culture for those kids. And now you're hearing the heart plights, right? You see them share, like we had to share helmets. You don't believe us? They showed game film of them doing it where they're like rushing to exchange helmets. I'm like, come on. You don't even have high schools at that level of destitute. And this is what's going on. I think the timing was off. I think if Ed could have just sign that contract. I think he would have been okay to voice his opinion. He's not going to change whether he signed the contract or did not. That's who he is. He had every right to be upset. I wish, though, it would have came after the contract was signed, because then he could have changed things, and now he might not ever get that chance.
Had he ever been there before?
Yeah, well, he's the thing. I saw a thing with him and Roland Martin and his lawyer, and said that they loved the campus. It was close to the beach, so they had toured the place, and they felt that the facilities were,
Adequate.
fine. We're adequate, yes.
But then he goes around opening up all the buildings, showing how all they just hoard the trash and hoard all the junk. And so he didn't know any of that until they got there.
Well, you're a real estate agent. When you show a house, you can make certain things look better than others, right?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying, though. I guess
look,
you can put up some curtains and some whatever when you're doing a tour, and make sure we don't take Ed over to building 6.
What's in building 6?
What exactly? Roaches and mildew, I guess. I don't know.
It's not mold, it's mildew.
Mildew.
Goodness.
Mildew.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was that was probably the worst thing I saw in the whole thing.
yeah.
Was the president trying to relatively justify the conditions that it's in? Now, look, we don't know the financial aspects of it. No idea. I would imagine you could probably, no matter what the situation is, you could probably do a better job for your students than what I saw. And then the excuses to compound what you saw, like, bro, just that's mold. That's not good, right? That we got to get that fixed. Like, that's the first I'd ever seen of that. I already contacted the student to find out exactly where that was and how we can fix. That's not hard to do.
No.
But you want to say, that's actually not mold. No. Look at it real close. Mildew. Like, you went one way to the other way. Bad way to go. Bad. I mean, really, really bad. It's gross. Ugh.
I feel bad for those kids. I mean, that they had a bright future and opportunity. I mean, I think what Dion was able to do at Jackson State, then you turn around and you figure you would have the same kind of, regardless of record. I think Ed Reed's impact could have been very, very, profound for them. I think he could have changed them for the better. I do believe wholeheartedly that Ed's heart's in the right place, even taking that job upon arrival, right? I mean, he has opportunities. He coached in the NFL. Yes, he was like an assistant to the assistant, not an official title, but he was associated coaching NFL, came to the University of Miami. He goes to HBCU, obviously. He didn't need to. I think he could have gotten another opportunity elsewhere, but he had a passion to go ahead and help those kids, and that's who's missing out here. That's who's missing out here. I think there's probably bigger problems than we're willing to admit and realize, and hopefully this at least sheds some light on it.
Well, it also seems from that interview that he did with his lawyer and Roland Martin that he was kind of waiting for this gig, because according to that interview, he had been offered to take over for Dion at Jackson State. He's been offered Grambling apparently either this year or in the past, but he was waiting for one in Florida, and that's Bethune. And so he feels he was visibly upset, like this was his shot, and he just, Yeah,
well, listen, we're blown by.
See.
I'm sorry, we're blown by the actual real reason why he wanted to take the job at Bethune. I mean, we all know it because it's in Daytona, and there's like Teddy Morse, Harley Davidson in Daytona. He just wanted to be closer to the Hogs, man. That's all it was. That is all it was. That was elite product placement by us, by the way.
Well,
kudos to all of us. Hey, I don't want to change the subject, but I kind of want to change the subject because typically when the show's going on, I have a Twitter feed that's going on at the same time so we can stay up with up-to-date news. And I got to just go kudos to this tweet. I can't stop laughing because while big tech is laying off thousands, Chipotle just announced plans to hire 15,000 new workers. The future is burritos. The future is burritos. Okay, back to your scheduled OBB off-season programming. Go ahead, boys.
I'm just saying with those added employees, they should cut down on my wait time when I walk into that place.
Goodness, yeah.
Hell, I mean, come
Chipotle
on,
doesn't
bro.
care. Chipotle doesn't give you that Chick-fil-A vibe anymore.
No.
You know, when they were first around, you kind of felt like, wow, this place is kind of good. They're prompt. Now they're like, yeah, no.
Mhm. Yeah, we know we got a line. Enjoy it.
Yeah, they're not Chick-fil-A people.
They're like, you
Not
guys all
anymore.
have phones. You can occupy yourselves.
I told you
Yeah,
about
they
that
don't
one
even
story.
care.
Yeah,
Don't-
I told you
don't
about
care.
that one story. I ordered double meat, right? And it's like 1 cup, 2 cup, and while they were doing it, they couldn't fit the 2 cups of meat because it was stuffed too much. Which hey, big boys got to eat. And I get to the end of the line, and she runs to the cashier. She's like, "No, yeah, double meat." And I'm like, "Well, it was kind of like meat and a half." And she looked at me right in the face, and she goes, "Oh, that's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I." No, that's not okay. It's not double meat at this point. I'm going to pay for it because I don't want to hold up the line that you've obviously held up now for 30 minutes. But when it says double meat, you're not giving me. No, it's okay. And she was insisting that it was okay. It wasn't
Well,
okay.
it was. It's not something to ruin your day.
Yeah.
Not something to get upset about. They did. I saw something on Chipotle. So if you guys now, we all know you're not on TikTok. Toast, you on TikTok at all?
Rarely. Ever since I found out that the Chinese government has my information, I was like, I can't be a part of that.
Everybody, well, you think they didn't have it before TikTok? I'm pretty sure I got a couple of them living on the side of my house. No, but there's this guy, Keith Lee. He does he's like a food critic, but he's not really a food critic. Like he goes around and it was started about him with struggling restaurants or struggling food trucks or whatever. And he would give honest reviews, but he does it sitting in his daughter's Paw Patrol chair. He just sits there like he gets this food and he eats it and he rates it. Anyway, he did this thing with Chipotle, and it was like a steak fajita or something. And the way he gets it is whatever. And then you mix like their vinaigrette and the sour cream, and you use that as the dip. And he gave it a 10. He said it was one of the best things he'd ever eaten in his life. So apparently, like all the Chipotles either stopped doing it because he's got like 10 million followers on TikTok. They stopped doing it because they couldn't keep up with it. Or they just told you no, that you couldn't have either the sour cream or the vinaigrette because they were running out of everything.
The vinaigrette is boss.
It is
so
great.
boss. It
Yeah.
is so
But
great.
it's really interesting. If you go on there and you see him, you look up Keith Lee. He's incredible. Apparently, I think he just got something going on with the network. So, yeah, it's really neat. It's a great story. He was broke as of like 18 months ago, and he was a boxer, and this whole thing it's really cool.
Nice.
And
Very
can I
good.
tell you something else? Because we're
Yeah.
still on the whole personal thing,
Mhm.
the whatever we're doing. So the end of last week was the end of last week. Anyway, the girls are watching. The girls like Dude Perfect.
Oh yeah, my nephew
So
fucking loves
look,
them.
when
Yeah.
Dude Perfect started, I enjoyed Dude Perfect.
Mhm.
And I don't dislike them now.
And now they got like a huge complex.
They do.
It's
They're actually
like
building something like
ridiculous.
Dude Perfect
Yeah.
World or something.
Yeah, it's
like,
insane,
Like the
yeah.
whole thing, which is good. I mean, good for them. Like they get to they just get
Mhm.
5 guys just get to fuck around all day and do whatever comes to their mind, and it's cool. I will tell you this, and the next time you watch it or hear it or whatever, all they do is yell. All 5 of them do not speak. They scream the entire show. And I turned around and I said, and it like all of a sudden it hit me. And I was like, you've got to turn this fucking thing off. Like, I can't listen to this anymore. And I was like upstairs or something. Like it like all of a sudden my head exploded.
So there's a phrase that literally sets me off the deep end, and that's the phrase toxic masculinity, right? Because the rabid feminazis are the ones who come up with this, and I don't use it because I enjoy being a male. Testosterone's in my DNA, makes me a protector, makes me a provider. I go run into burning buildings with this shit. It's not all bad. But when I've watched Dude Perfect, it's toxic masculinity. That's all it is. It is like 6-year-old kids screaming at the top of their lungs, just doing whatever wild shit they want to do. And it's like when you're a coach to this, you're like, boys, quit yelling, stop yelling, stop screaming, and they're grown-ass men.
It's incredible. I've never experienced it, and all of a sudden I realized it, and you can't get away from it. You can't even turn it on anymore.
It's like once you hear a laugh track in a sitcom, you can never not hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Once you hear how bad it is.
I saw a clip of Everybody Loves Raymond the other day.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, it's so loud. Like why are they laughing? Like, I don't need audience laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
It was a really funny clip. I never watched that show.
That show was great. The two old people that are dead now.
Yes.
Doris Roberts and
incredible.
Peter Boyle.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip I saw was his brother, the big guy.
Yeah,
What's his name? I know his name, but
Robert
something. Yeah, Robert, who brings this girl home and thinks she's the one.
The Italian girl?
She eats the fly.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then they found out she eats bugs. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
There's a legendary episode of that show where Ray, he's a sports writer, and he comes home from covering the Mets or whatever on a road trip, and he leaves the suitcase at the bottom of the stairs, assuming that Deborah will bring it up. Well, she's like, screw that. And the whole episode is how long will it stay there? And at one point it ends because he has to go back out on the road again, and the suit is still there. So before he leaves, he puts a fish in it.
No.
Phenomenal episode.
Oh
good shit. That was a great show. Show.
Yeah, no, I never watched that show. Never watched it.
All right. Should we get down to Green Tree and talk about all the awesome stuff?
What are we talking?
No.
What's down
I
there?
like this random. I like this.
Yeah, I like random.
I got a random one for you. Here's a random one for you because you were talking about Dude Perfect, and so it got me thinking about not necessarily a comedy troupe, but in that thing, and the conversation I was having with Jen the other day. You guys ever watching Practical Jokers?
Yes. Oh yeah, so
you know one of them left. Joe left.
Yeah.
No,
like last year.
Oh yeah.
He walked. It was a big deal. Yeah,
2 or 3 years ago.
He was
getting divorced, and
right.
Okay.
So they went on with just the three of them, and they had like guest hosts during the next season or whatever. Did not go well ratings wise, apparently. It has been a huge, and apparently it's just not. Apparently, it just. You can't just take one away, man. Like the three of them aren't. It's
not to say because
he was kind of like the leader of it.
Which one left?
He was
Joe. Oh, you said Joe.
The dad. He was the dad.
He was the dad of the whole thing.
Exactly. Yes.
He looked like the dad. Just had to. I can be honest with you.
Show
funny. It had to run its course at some point.
Of course, yeah.
But like, who doesn't know who they are by this point?
I know. Like you're
guys,
doing all these. I'm like, guys.
So true.
You're not alive. Like, you haven't seen these guys.
So this is speculative. Okay, I can't really confirm or deny such things on the job, but
Willie Taggart's going to be the new OC.
Yeah, awesome. No, that's not going to happen. Willie Taggart's not going to be the OC for the University of Miami Hurricanes. Josh Gattis isn't going to be the offensive coordinator for the Miami Hurricanes either. But anyways, so nose bombing. You see them do that, right? When they randomly say, "Hey, put your nose on somebody."
Yeah.
So I might or might not have gotten a habit at that at work. So it went on for a while until one time. Ma'am, can I take your blood pressure? Sure. So I grab the arm and the nose goes right onto the shoulder. To which she looks at me and goes, Hey, I know what you're doing. And I got busted. I did it to somebody who was deaf and mute, and I pretty much, that was not a high point in my life either. I might be just doing this for the comic relief of this show. And so, last random thing. God. I'm gonna see if you pick up on this because I had to like write these down. Do you see these letters?
Yeah, some of them,
right.
all of them. Yeah, most of them.
I don't see all of them though.
Yeah.
All right. You see them, though I got to go this way?
No, other way.
This way.
Yeah. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Jesus Christ. All right. Wow.
Back up.
Holy
Jesus.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of letters. Okay.
All right. But this is, I figured this out in about 3 seconds. All right.
Uh-huh.
Here is a code that only parents will know. Right?
Back it
And
up.
here is a code that only
Yeah.
parents will know. You
Uh-huh.
ready for it? And I figured this out so fast. Get your ass in the motherfucking house right now before I beat your ass. Yes! You know for a fact that's what that is because we've been told that. I can't believe that, but I need to buy this shirt. Here's a code that only parents will know. GYAITMFHRNBIBYA.
Oh, is a promo code to buy something?
Yeah.
No, it's a
Oh, that's
shirt.
genius.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. The easier promo code's OBB, and you can use that
Right.
at, Manscaped and also Creating Better Days. So just want you to know that too. Now we can go to the green tree. This has been phenomenal. For what?
unreal.
For what? Oh, there's a
For
couple
what?
things to talk about. Will Mallory,
Is
he's
there?
going to the NFL.
I know.
Congratulations,
All right,
Will.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
We love
sad.
Will.
Yeah. Well,
All right, let's go down. Hang on. All right, so yeah, Will Mallory.
I kind of enjoyed being off Green Tree, to be honest with you.
There's not a whole lot going on in Green Tree.
I know, but there's so much good random stuff to talk about. Anyway, yeah, let's talk
Sure.
about Will. Talk about Will. Yeah, he's moving on. Obviously, we knew that. I mean, wasn't
He
he up
pretty much told
eligibility
us.
wise?
No,
I think he had one more year because of the COVID.
Yeah, he could have. He's
You could have
50-year
done.
senior.
Yeah, he could have done. Yeah.
He could have asked and applied. I mean, our new tight end we got from Oregon, he's been in college longer than Scott Patchen.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
very true. And listen, hot topic. We're not going to talk about it long. There's 2 people I know who are not going to be the Miami Hurricane offensive coordinator in 2023.
Okay.
One's Josh Gattis. The other one was the guy that actually got offered the job, if you believe some reports, and we do. Toledo, it's Jason
last
Candle.
year.
Yeah,
That was
Jason
last year he
Candle.
was offered. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Candle was offered the job, obviously stayed back at Toledo. Rewarded him well because after a 45-27 span, he is, turn around that. That was the year before, wins another title out there, and he got retained till 2026. So he's not going to be the offensive coordinator either.
All right. So let me, because you posted on OBB Legend, the morning wake up, you referenced the Barry Jackson article.
Yes.
And so there was something in that article that I found, well, I hope it's not concerning, but there was something that he said in that article that gave me shades of old Miami.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that was, they were talking about the buyout for Josh Gattis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now what was he making? 1 or over 1?
1.8.
1.8. All right. So 1 over 3 years, right?
2 years.
It was just 2-year deal? All right. So you're looking at $3.6 million total deal that was guaranteed to him. Well, he's already cashing on 1 point on half of it, right?
Yeah.
So the buyout can't be more than what? Half
Can't
of
be
the
more than
remaining?
1 more year.
Exactly. So that's $1.8 million.
Yeah.
And we can't be all talking about, oh, we're rich now in money and this and that, and you're going to worry about a buyout of $1.8 million that's only going to last for a year unless you spread it out over whatever.
Who's worried about it?
Well, it made Barry Jackson, the article made reference that there was hesitant to having to deal with that buyout.
I don't believe that for a second.
Really? Okay.
It came
Not
together.
even. I don't believe it for. I don't believe it for less than a second. When you're running a business, you have to be smart, or else the business doesn't make money.
I agree with you, bro. I'm just saying,
Right?
I got hints of old Miami by that comment.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But there are variables to this. And he also mentioned in the article that Gattis has been looking for other employment.
Yeah.
Which we knew that, and we've been telling you that.
Well, they were waiting to buy out to see if he would get some to offset it. And that, you shouldn't be worrying about that. That's fucking pocket change for that. But that shouldn't be a factor. Get him out of here.
It is a factor. It is a factor.
It's not, because it's already cost you wide receiver recruits. He's still on campus, bro.
Yes, but I've said this before. You have to get the right guy, and if it sacrifices a couple of receivers on campus because you haven't gotten that guy yet.
But having that guy
It's a
doesn't
couple
mean you
receivers.
can't. You can have an empty OC spot It's better than having
It's
that
been
guy
empty.
there.
Everybody knows it's empty.
No, but it's not empty.
Yes,
Scoop.
it
That's
is.
the whole thing. It's
Yes,
not
it
according
is.
to wide receivers that chose not to because they didn't know who the hell the OC was going to be.
It's empty.
Because he's still sitting there.
It's empty.
Bro, this is not the way.
It's
just
not
get him out of
filled.
here. Get him out of here.
You just said it's not fucking empty. It's
Get
empty.
him
It's not
out of,
filled.
He's on campus.
No, he's not.
He's the OC of the University of Miami.
He's not, though.
Really? Because apparently he is. Is he off the website?
empty.
Is he off the website?
The guy has.
Where's
he
the press
been-
release that he's
has
gone?
He been at any? Has he been at any?
Bro, I live in Plantation. I don't fucking know where he's been. Where's the press release that he was fired or relieved of his duties?
Bro, he's not around. He hasn't been around. He hasn't been on campus for any of the recruiting visits.
No.
He's not there.
But he's still
And
listed
you
on the
wonder
roster
why,
on
you know
staff.
why people say, I don't know who my offensive coordinator is going to
Mhm.
be? Because he's not there.
Right, but he's still
It's
listed as the
empty.
OC. If I go on to their website, if I go on to any of their literature right now, he's still listed as the OC. If I go into the Hex Center, he still has an office there. So why is he there, bro? Why don't you just get him out? You're over $500,000? You're hoping that's what the offset is? Like, why are you even waiting for that? That is old Miami. We saw it for 29 years. Get him out of here. If he's fired, fire him.
Wow. Oh, this show's probably the greatest in OBB history. All right, couple first.
Wow.
All right, so I want to go ahead and segue because this is a perfect segue.
Hold on. I gotta put up the missing scoop. There we go. Oh, now hold on. Oh, yeah, I fucked up my thing. Hang on. All right, go ahead.
All right, so here's the thing, and it's not. It's you're bringing up the point of why isn't he gone? Why isn't he gone? So Mario notoriously has this real big, like this hiring process that he had. I mean, he has this huge vetting process, right? He's well known about it. He hired Gattis in February. I remember last year, like, make a hire already. Now it seems like it's taking a while to fire the guy already. He kind of goes on his own timetable. Now, I think there's pros and cons, right? I think there's pros and cons to this. Obviously, with a higher vetting process, you would think that you could be more selective in your candidates and the candidates would rise to the top. You get the cream of the crop. However, I think that took a hit for me because I used to applaud it, Toast. I did. I applauded the fact that he took his time and did his due diligence. But then I said something today in the OBB Discord chat, the 3-year-old consummate self that I am. And I was like this. I could go to the bathroom in 30 seconds, or it could take me 30 minutes. But if the end result is still that piece of shit, what was the point? I mean, if your vetting process gave you Josh Gattis, the worst statistical offensive coordinator in modern Miami history, worse than Patrick Nix, right? That's what he did points per game wise. Then now I'm starting to question the process because I'm like, man, it took you that long to find that guy. Regardless, there's still some merits from having an intense vetting process. But regardless, we're in a situation now in year 2. Mario really needs to nail this hire. It needs to pay dividends. You can't, because then it's like, oh, wow, you got Josh Gattis, and then we're failing offensively again with the second person. That's not a good look, Toast. Not at all.
I mean, listen, it's just like I understand Scoop's sentiment. I understand he's an empty suit right now. He's not. I understand, but then why is he still there? Because the fact that he's still there lets recruits think that, well, they don't know what they're going to do. Maybe there's a chance that he stays. Like, I mean, it creates the opportunity for people to think many different things. Whereas if he was just terminated, then, all right, well, we know they're going to get a new OC. I don't know who it's going to be. We can speculate on that. But we know one person it won't be, the guy that they just fired.
There was a dispute between 2 Orange Bowl boys. Usually a third Orange Bowl boy plays the role of unbiased mediator. I will tell you which side of the fence I was going to rule on after I heard both of your arguments. But before I get there, Toast, what bothered you in that article didn't really bother me. I was on Scoop on that merit. Like, there is the buyout. They were thinking about that buyout at the Florida State game, right? They were thinking about that Florida State. That came up. We have on some accounts, we're not going to get into specific details, but they have the ability to buy it out. What bothered me by the Barry Jackson quote was the last line. Per source today, there's significant momentum toward a parting of the ways, but that's not 100% definite either. So that's the problem.
That was a good one.
Had.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
But I don't buy that because I'm like, all right, I don't buy that because that's not have you ever heard that before? We have the buyout. We're prepared to buy out. There's a mutually understanding that we're going to part ways, but that's not 100% definite. Then he had a problem, Josh Gattis, when he left Michigan saying, oh, don't go anywhere to that you're not wanted. That was like his parting shot as he left the door towards the Michigan, Michigan University of Michigan, and the administration and Harbaugh. He took that shot right across their bow. Kids never go where you're not wanted. You want to talk about not being wanted? They're talking about your buyout. You want to talk about that part to me made no sense.
I just don't. I just don't understand why he's still there. And they can say now, hopefully what these recruits are saying and what's been posted that apparently there's going to be a move next week or something that's kind of out there now on social media.
Yeah, that was a quarterback who came for a visit. He didn't even say that Josh Gattis is gone by next week. A new OC by next week. So that means they would have to. Obviously, Josh Gattis would be employed somewhere else, or he's not retained, or he's no longer, or he's relieved of his services, and then they've already hired the next guy. So. Again, if a quarterback's saying that too, and that guy still has a job, you want to talk about where you're not wanting. Now, okay, deliberation time. Yeah, I'm siding on you, Toast. He's still technically employed by the University of Miami. He's still he's there, but by the letter of the law, you look up the university thing. And trust me, I still do every day when I do those wake up series because I tag his link to the Miami thing. Okay, so here's how we're going to prove this. Now I'm going to end up OBB the wake up 126. The first time it says Josh Gattis in the article, there's a hyperlink to it. I click on the hyperlink. It says, and I quote, Josh Gattis, offensive coordinator, University of Miami website. I get what he's saying too, but
I get it too,
I have to rule in favor of the Toast.
I'm sorry, just fire him. Get him out of here. Just get him out. I don't understand why that is so hard.
It did. It has cost wide receiver recruits. It has.
Yes.
And regardless, it might be okay. It might be. Listen. We could get a wide receiver later on. We got Charleston Rambo later on. Our best defensive guys we got in the portal were in April. There's an opportunity to go ahead and catch lightning in the bottle later on in this process. It is all not lost, but you have to be willing to admit, that this process, drawing it out this long, could have potentially cost you a different lightning in the bottle. And when I'm trying to shop for lightning in a bottle, I want all the availability. You just basically said, no, row 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't have, but you can go to 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's literally where we are. And that's what happened.
And if you're going to say that, listen, Mario is just trying to do right by Gattis. He likes him, this and that. He didn't think it was going to only end after a year. That's great, but fucking stop. This is big boy business. This is millions of dollars. This is not, the fact is he didn't perform. He's out. Historically bad offense, folks. It's not like it was. Well, do we keep him? Do we not? No. This was historically bad.
Worse.
Could have been
Patrick Nix.
Yes.
Worse than Patrick Nix points per game. You have to go above. I use CFP
in the SEC. He's fired mid-season.
Oh yeah. We popularized two things. If you go online and you just GGG, Gattis got to go, and Gatfished. Yes, we're not backing off those ones. We knew that probably around 6 to 7 to 8 games in the season. We're like, ooh, this does not look right, and it didn't end well. So I'm happy. We'll see what the new direction the University of Miami will look like in the future. I think it's a foregone conclusion, especially with everything that's coming out and all the smoke that's coming. And here's the other thing too, Toast. Now that article came out, right, and you don't think the coaches saw what that quarterback recruit just said online, right? Do you know how easy that is to shut that down? Yeah. Now think about this. You're going to keep the guy. You're going to retain the guy. You immediately shut that down. That's like a Clemson guy right now coming in there. They're like, oh, I don't even know who my new OC is going to be. What do you mean you don't know who the OC is? It's going to be Garrett Riley. Garrett Riley's our guy, you know? I know he just got hired. That's uber obvious, but a guy that's not questioned on going anywhere and a recruit who says that, you shut it down. They're not shutting it down. We know what that means.
Listen, and I had no idea it was going to cause him to walk off. But I figured that Scoop was going to be the one that understood. I thought he was going to agree with me, Ro, because it's a business thing. It's big business. Like, you don't make a stupid, that's penny wise, dollar foolish. You don't do that. You just, I mean, you look at, there's not a single, we just listed all the cons for keeping him on campus. There's not one pro. So then why are you doing it? I mean, there's not a single reason outside of just overall kindness to keep him on the payroll right now. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason, and the only other reason is for reasons unseen. And by that, I mean, sometimes you're never going to know the whole full story because HR gets involved, and I'm not saying anything.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You never know. You never know.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's when things don't make sense.
All
you know,
right.
in at least my line of work, when somebody's, we call it like you're on administrative leave with pay, but you're not allowed to know why they're on administrative leave with pay. You know what I'm saying? To me, it smells awfully like that. Do not take that for face value. We're not insinuating anything. I'm just saying sometimes there's more to the picture than meets the eye, and that's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. So you know what we've been doing? You know what we've been doing too. It's on the green tree, but we can go over to the shake.
Yes, we can. I saw the article.
Yeah, Miami Hurricanes baseball preview. It's starting to come
Yes.
out. That new facility is nice, man. These Ruiz boys, they're kicking ass and taking names.
Listen, man, but his son played on the team, so you knew it was going to be it wasn't going to spare any expense.
Oh, absolutely. But the boys are killing it. By the boys, I mean the locker room boys. We got a couple of the OBB legend guys that love college baseball as well. I'm obviously doing some of the lifting over there at the OBB Legends, so I'm poking my head in there too, kind of a little bit of a baseball background. But good job by Tony, killing it with the infield preview. Only thing is, tell us catcher, that's wise. And the nephew, he's probably going to be on campus if he doesn't get drafted beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, kid's probably getting drafted. But anyways, don't listen to that, Miami Hurricane fans. Middle infield set: CJ Kafis, Dorian Gonzalez, Dominic Patelli, Yoandi Morales. Right, those are your guys. I think we can all be on board that that's going to be your infield. Catching, man, catching. That's the big question. We lost a little bit, and now you got Carlos Perez, JD Jones possibly, and Jack Scanlon, the transfer from Oregon. But I got a problem with my he's caught 80 or 79 games. He's got 79 games as a starter over there at Oregon, but I got a problem with Toast because he bats $180.
Yeah, no, listen, someone's going to have, one of the two kids going to have to step up. There's no doubt about it. And I'm assuming that Oregon came in, that Gino's thought here is, listen, I can't, whichever one of these, whichever one of the other two I'm going to go with, they're not going to be ready to go. I'm going to need to kind of do a platoon thing, and I'm going to need a veteran in here. And so he brought one in, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine, as long as that's what he ends up being come, toward the last third of the season. As long as he's, only in there for emergency situations and pinch hitting and this and that. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited, man. Listen, this team under Gino tends to come out hot after, unless they're playing Florida first weekend of the season. Oh, well, last year we
last year, yes. Yeah, we did win that series. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And yes, just for full disclosure, my nephew is a Miami commit. He is a sophomore presently at St. Andrews. So, yeah.
That might have
He's
been
a monster too.
Oh my goodness, he had a bomb, like a 500-foot bomb. No, like, what a freak! Sometimes I swear to you, I swear to you, and yes, I've met your brother-in-law and obviously your nephew. But I swear to you, sometimes, and this has nothing to do about the brother-in-law, but I swear sometimes, like Zeus, like just sneaks in and consummates the marriage.
Oh yeah, I got you 100%. Oh yeah, 100%.
Sometimes
100%.
they're just blessed coming out of the birth canal. They are just made to do so. Your nephew's made to throw and hit a baseball. Because I will say this.
It might not have come from his dad, but all of his aunts were big time fast pitch softball players, like recruited Division I, like big time. Yeah. So there was that has been in their side of the family. All right. Outside of the Shake, bro, we got Canes Hoops right now. Yeah. Ranked number 19 in the coaches poll, number 20 in the AP top 25, coming in at 15-4 so far. So they did drop a few spots over the last poll, but things are going well, man. Jim, they had a little rough spot. Jim seems to have kind of turned them around a little bit. They knocked off Florida State. They got Pitt coming up, and then home against Vatek.
Bro,
on the 31st.
Destroyed FSU 86-63. Yeah. That was the largest road win for any team in that series, that rivalry series, ever.
And it was nice, too, because it was coming off that brutal 2-point loss at Duke that you really thought that they had a legit shot to pull that thing off. And just Duke being Duke at Cameron Indoor, what are you going to do? But, yeah, they just rolled the Seminoles, which was nice because we haven't had a Seminole victory in a while.
Blasted him. Did
he just back out? He literally shut off. He shut off.
He shut off the camera.
I thought he sent us a text saying he'll come back and we're done talking Miami.
We're talking Miami hoops, Scoop.
Yeah, we're almost done, bro. We're almost done talking Miami. We're on hoops. Jesus Christ. We're done. We're done. Let's go.
Yeah, let's talk about our partners and do 5 questions. Awkward. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Jesus. Yeah, no. So, what the hell happened to Leonard up there, man? Like, I don't know. They are just he's gonna get tossed after this season, I think. Ever since that pandemic Final Four they had.
Yeah, just falling face. I mean, but listen, he's obviously a former Miami Hurricane coach.
Yes, he is.
But it wasn't too long ago we might have not been too favorable of Larinaga either. So
no, 100%. I was calling for him to get fired. 100%. Yep, before last year.
Yeah, give him an opportunity. Hey, Scoopy's back.
There he is.
Scooby. Yeah. So hey, this is a perfect time to go in to talk about our partners.
I think we should absolutely. Well, you've already dropped a nice little Teddy Morse bump early on in the Open. So that was nice. Teddy Morse is Harley Davidson, of course, part of the Ed Morse Automotive Group. That whole family of just everything, man. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, whatever you need, they've got it. And so edmorse.com, price protection promise. They've been backing us since day one, and we can't thank them anymore. If you want to be backed by somebody, you want to be backed by Teddy Morse and the good folks over at Ed Morse. Best service department around, too. So go check it out, baby, edmorse.com.
There's something good and something bad. Okay. Something good right now, if you go to Caneswear and you go on their website and you go top row watching like I typically do, their University of Miami starter jacket, you know the one, the vintage one, the University of Miami vintage starter jacket right now is only $98. That's good. What's bad is you would need to spend $1 more because then you get free shipping. And it's the fastest shipping in the West. Not only do they have that vintage green starter jacket, boys, I've been eyeing this Miami Hurricanes flow-grown washed flag fleece hoodie now for a while. And this is how it always starts. They plant these seeds in me, damn it. I kept talking about those shoes over and over and over and over, and I got those shoes. This sweater is on deck. Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie, Florida, 954-835-5597. As always, free shipping over $99.
I tell you what, I've been to a lot of doctors over the last however many months. This is 100% true. And the ability to have all of my stuff in one place, you got to get referrals, you got to get this, you got to do that. It's for the specialist, it's for the regular doctor, it's for the neurologist, all this nonsense, right? The ability to have everything in one place. So not even so much as like a medical emergency type thing, although that's what Roe deals with. And that's obviously something, if you're going to the doctor, maybe you're going to have to deal with at some point, but just having everything in one place. So if you're going to see another specialist, maybe they have some information on when you saw the last specialist, that kind of thing. So they have the app, right? That's the most important. That's probably the easiest way to get it in the app store. Go ahead and Roe can even get it now. And I'm sure, hold on, let me fix this camera a little bit. Seems a little foggy. Roe has it with the iPhone now. I'm sure it's on Android. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm sure it is in the Google Play Store. Or is that what it is on Samsung or Android or
Google
whatever?
Play Store. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ro, have you had to use it lately? Have you caught it out in the field? I know last time we were on the show, you had to go, but that guy didn't need it.
No. He could have used it, but we'll move on. We'll move on. I don't know how to talk my way out of that one.
You know what I want right now?
It is.
Listen. I'd love a Loca.
I need a Loca after this episode. Yeah.
I'm going to need a beer.
I need some freedom from this show. And a Freedom Tower sounds amazing. Oh, that's so smooth too. Freedom Towers.
Is that a light one?
No, it's heavier than Loca. It's heavier than Loca.
That's like the IPA.
Yeah, it's still still love it. Still my jam. And I got one of those big mugs, and I make it frosted in the actual freezer, and you pour yourself your favorite tank brew. Oh my goodness, it's church, baby. It's church. So good.
Tank Brewery, going down there, restaurant also, great chef inside there, and they will. It's a great place to watch a game. Conference championship games this weekend. No better place if you're gonna leave the house. Might as well go to the Tank. Plenty of seating, gigantic TVs everywhere. Cigar room, great for halftime. Let's just go, man. Just go and enjoy it.
Conference championships already?
Yeah, baby, this weekend.
Yep, we only got 3 more games of NFL football, and then we are. That's why we talked about Canes baseball. Yeah, XFL. Spring training, baby.
That starts like the week after the Super Bowl.
It does?
Yeah. Or like 2 weeks after, something like that.
It's been getting a lot of pub and play. You know, it's been getting a lot of pub and play on the NFL. You see a lot of the commercials for it.
No, that's for USFL.
Yeah. Oh, USFL.
Yeah, USFL is getting all the marketing. XFL, apparently, The Rock forgot to market that the season's about to start.
Ooh. Well, he didn't want to spend those pesos. Huh? He didn't want to
Who's
spend
the
those
USFL? Like who's that?
That's the other teams.
But
who's like running it?
I don't know. I don't know who's running it.
Yeah, it seems like it's an NFL offshoot. But
I don't know.
But in terms of USFL and the XFL, I am sure there's a guy who could really, 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 really well pick those games.
He'd probably give them to you for free.
So so his last 18 free plays on his site, we tell you it's beatingthebookie.com. Right, and up at the top, he's got free plays, and he'll give you a free play per day on the site. And you can also get his free plays. He does drop some stuff on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all that, but he's doing it one free play per day. Last 18 free plays since he started it, right? Since he turned that little tab on the top, 15-3 on the free plays. Not too bad.
Good. That's
right?
a good return on investment.
He gave the first max play of the golf season this week, Jason Day, to win top Australian for the tournament at the Farmers out at Torrey Pines. And that cashed today because he was the only Australian to make the cut. So you cash a max play 2 days early.
Wow. Nice.
Wow is right. Yeah, and he's got top 10s and top 20s, and he's got some other stuff in. I think Justin Rose is still in it for top Englishman, maybe. Anyway, it's golf season. It's gonna be March Madness
always
here
golf
pretty
season.
Soon. But now it's really ramping up as far as what he's got going on, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And our boy, and I mentioned it earlier, Novak. Making the cut once again, tied for 10th right now, going into the weekend. Let's go. That's pretty damn cool. He finished tied for 12 2 weeks ago at the Sony in Hawaii, and still out on the West Coast making that trip.
So you want to cash in on those free plays, you take them and you go over to DraftKings Sportsbook. Of course, you also got the 2 championship games going on this weekend. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code TPPN. New customers can bet $5 on the conference championships and get 200 in free bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TPPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And as always, for those of us in Florida who do not yet have sports gambling because you can do the daily fantasy with them. Sign up with an account, use that same promo code TPPN, and you will still get hooked up as well. And use that promo code OBB at Manscaped to make sure that your testicles are feeling very nice.
It's 2023, dudes. Like, bro, don't be a savage. You gotta like trim up down there, bro. You can't do this. You know I'm talking to you. You like one of those like maybe last of the Mohicans, bro. You are a Mohican,
Bro.
Hey,
Still so many cavemen out there.
Oh my goodness, man! Go out and club your way into the club. Like, no, put the club down. Grab the Manscaped 4.0. It is like one of the best shaves for your balls. You could get some ball odorant. You could get the tenderizer, the ballerizer. You could spritz, bro. You talk about, men, we talk about this all the time. The fresh cut confidence, right? The haircut confidence boost that you get when you go, not you, Toast, but like when Scoop and I go get our haircut, we like get that confidence, right? It's even tenfold when you do it to your balls. Manscaped,
you know what people should do?
What?
People should go ahead and they should absolutely groom their testicles the way that you're describing.
Yes.
And then they should take a picture of it and use it as their profile picture. Just to show off their squeaky clean manicured balls. Leave the trunk out of it, just the testicles. Just the sack and the testicles. Like, the ones that used to hang off the back of the pickup trucks, 15 years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to get off this subject because we're running out of our ads. Is there anything more grotesque on a human body than a set of balls?
No, there isn't. No.
Girls don't have that problem.
No, they don't.
There's so much more pretty and put together.
Well, everything's internal. It's always weird when you got weird things just hanging from you.
I don't know. Some of them.
Yeah, well,
I don't know,
Feed
buddy.
me chocolate and call me mommy.
Yeah, I mean, feed me and tell me I'm pretty. I don't know how,
such
how
a
put
great
together
shirt.
that is.
Feed me and tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Pretty. All right, boys.
Let's go.
God, help me.
It's that time.
Questions.
All right, let's get into some 5 questions. Ro, if you have any you want to jump in with, let me know.
Hold on before
Okay.
we start this.
Oh, boy.
No, just something I saw. FAU announces a record basketball attendance tonight. Right? They've won 19
Yeah.
in a row. And are
I believe they're
20th
ranked. Yeah.
20th in the country, or 21st.
Yep.
They've won 19 in a row. Record attendance for FAU hoops.
What is the record?
I'm going to let you try and guess.
I wonder how is their thing just normal, like
Bro, get off Twitter.
the fold out benches for the stands?
Well, maybe.
Or is it an actual arena on campus?
I don't know that.
Then I'm gonna say 4,000.
Bro,
What's their attendance?
record attendance tonight.
For them,
And an
3,726.
That's pretty. You guys are both pretty good. 3,082.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Embarrassing.
Good for them.
low.
Well, but that might just be. I think that they're if I'm not mistaken, their gym is the pull out, like an old, with the pull out bleachers for the seats. So it's
Okay,
not like an
maybe.
it's not like an arena,
Okay.
but
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I
Interesting.
will. First question, 5 questions.
Yeah, let's go, babe.
We're music guys and we've done songs, but I don't think we've ever asked this question. I appreciate this question. What is the best guitar solo of all time?
Is it a single guitar or can it be dual guitars?
Clemency. You can have dual guitars.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Does it have to be a solo or is it a riff?
It's solo.
Oh. I mean, all right, so God, I mean, there's a number of This is insane, Ro. Are you kidding me? Like
I
Steve
know.
Vai has passed away, or no, it was not Steve Vai. What's his name?
You don't tell me Joe Satriani passed away.
No,
No way. Right?
No.
From the fucking the birds. Oh shit, the old guy, the British guy. Jesus Christ, last fucking week.
John Beck.
Oh my, yes,
John Beck.
Thank you.
Jeff
Cliffs of Dover.
Jeff Beck, not John Beck. Jeff Beck. That's a quarterback
I know.
from BYU and the Dolphins.
I know. Jeff Beck.
Yes. Man, I mean, because dude, like Jimmy Page.
It's just
I mean,
the best guitar song. I mean, I have kind of a cheat answer, but it's a good answer.
For me, the best dual guitar solo of all time is the dueling guitars in Hotel California.
And that's
The last 3 minutes of the song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just
Scooby?
fucking ridiculous.
I don't man, I'm not as well versed on guitar solos as the two of you, to be honest with you. I mean, riffs I'm much better.
All right, do a riff then.
I mean, Stairway to Heaven. Page has a ridiculous solo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that I call me crazy, and this brings up another thought actually. I think "Sweet Child of Mine." I think the riff to "Sweet Child of Mine" is
that's
pretty
solid.
epic.
Solid. That's
Yeah.
got some major run right now because he's doing like a commercial for it. Easiest job decision you'll ever make when he starts playing it.
That, I mean, that really is.
All right,
that's tough to beat that for me.
So I
As soon
Googled the
as I
top 10
read-
of all time.
as soon as I read the question, for me, it was uber obvious what I wanted to say. And it's actually two of them.
Oh.
It's two of them because it's in the same song. But it's Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb.
Yeah.
Those two solos are immaculate, note for
Mhm.
note. I can play it and sing it in my head, note for note. Both of those solos, best solos of all time.
Okay.
Two of them in one song.
Okay. So I just Googled the top 10, and this is Guitar UK. Number 10, Don't Stop Me Now by Brian May,
Okay.
Queen.
Yeah.
Number 9, and I can't believe we didn't mention this motherfucker's name because he's on here a couple of times. Eddie Van Halen solo in Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Okay. Solid.
Number 8, Prince in Purple Rain.
Solid.
Number 7, Slash in Sweet Child of Mine.
Good, Scoopy.
Number
Look at me.
6, Number 6, Nancy Wilson, Crazy on You.
Oh,
Fucking
very
right.
interesting.
Right?
Very interesting.
Number 5,
Crazy on you.
Eddie Van Halen, Eruption. Obviously, I
Ooh.
mean, Eruption. I didn't even think of that. Number 4, Hendrix, All on the Watchtower. Number 3, Felder and Walsh in Hotel California. Number
Goat toast.
2, Page and Stairway to Heaven. And number 1, David Gilmour and Comfortably Numb.
Yes, I got the number one. I didn't even read that thing.
We nailed the top 3.
Yeah, we got 3 in the top 10. Go us. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. All right. I got one for you.
So what
Yeah.
was the Crazy on You, and then you said something else, and it brought
The next
Eruption?
time
what
we
was
may
after
have
that?
Eruption.
Van Halen, we should have mentioned him because he's on here a couple times.
Yeah, a
You know,
couple
Yeah,
times.
Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
He's on there twice.
I had a thought. I don't remember what it was. Oh, so my thought of going back to Sweet Child of Mine is that the hell's his name? Is a singer?
Slash.
No,
Axel.
Axel. So Axel Rose sings. I don't know if he's saying that or if he's saying something else. At Lisa Marie Presley's.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
And it was, how do I say this kindly? It was so unbearably unlistenable. Unlistenable.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Really? That bad? Oh, no.
And he's got monitors in.
Oh.
Like,
Is it worse?
Was it like a cappella or
They're-
was it
they're in. Like they're in.
was it
either-
acoustic?
No, piano.
Oh, okay.
But they're either in and not turned on. Like muted, literally. or he can't hear a damn thing he's saying.
Is it worse than the Carl Lewis Star Spangled Banner?
It's comparable.
It's comparable. Oh my goodness.
I could not believe you have to pull it up. Could not believe how bad it was.
Oh man. All right. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I don't. Yeah, that's cringy. I was
So
looking.
bad. It's just so bad.
Ooh. Damn, she was way too young too. About a 54. Oof. All right, here's one. Which movie character can be identified by a single line said by them, and you can't say James fucking Bond?
Which movie character can be identified by
a single line said by them, and you can't use a James Bond? Yeah.
You can't use James Bond. All right, I'll go first because this is pretty easy. I'll be back.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, that's an easy one. All right. I was thinking To Infinity and Beyond.
Oh, nice. He went all Pixar on us.
Well, Toy Story action.
Buzz Lightyear. To Infinity.
Now hold on.
And your mom.
What is the
mom?
bigger
It's Beyond?
line? What's the bigger line? I'll be back or Hasta la vista, baby?
Oh,
he's got
both.
two.
I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby. That's because he couldn't really say more than those, like, you know,
I know.
come on, everybody, get to the chopper. So I got two detentions in high school. One was I was in computer class. Yeah, that was a class where you learn how to type on computers. And it was quiet. Completely quiet. Nobody said a word. And out of nowhere, I was like, everybody get down. There's a bomb in your computer. You totally would get arrested.
Now. Yeah.
Now. I just got a detention. I had to see Mr. C, Mr. Shimonowenski. What a weird name. But anyways, that was how I got one of my detentions at St. Thomas. There you go. There's a bomb in the computer.
Mama said life was like a box of chocolates.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Scoopy. He's trying to find a line for us. Or?
He's Googling something, I think. I don't know. Oh, I got one. Oh, this is an easy one. This is a good one. Homer.
That's Homer Simpson. Do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a sound.
I was trying to think of the one from Shawshank.
Fresh fish.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Get busy living or get busy dying is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I was thinking of, but I couldn't think of it.
All right, I get the next one. This is question number 3 in 5 questions. What is the most useless thing you still have memorized?
The phone number for when I grew up.
That's pretty useless. Did you
Yeah,
watch,
it's useless.
watch this? And you didn't even have to use the area code at first, did you?
That's right. No.
No,
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
473-5824. And the first area code for Broward was 305.
Yeah, there you go.
It wasn't 954 until later. The most useless thing I have memorized, it's actually in my bio on the legend, 007-373-5963. That is the code still to this day and will work to get you to Mike Tyson. Tyson's punch out.
It will always be in your brain. That will always be in your brain.
Forever and ever.
Forever, yeah, forever. That's never getting dislodged.
Nope.
You could come down with like dementia, bro, and that's the one thing you'll remember.
I've always had this.
You'll just be sitting there in bed, rumbling off that code nonstop, 24/7.
I've always had this thing where I want to get like,
That's funny, actually.
And I have
What is he saying? 007.
That's it. Yes, sir. All day long.
007.
All right. Well, here's a good one.
Well, Scoot, what's you
Oh,
say?
yeah. What's school? Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
I'm not good at this at 10 o'clock at night.
All right.
What, Hillary Clinton.
What is something that nobody hates?
Ice cream.
Puppies.
You know people hate ice cream.
What kind of ice cream, dude?
Oh,
we had this
chocolate chip,
conversation.
Not mint chocolate
Ice
chip.
cream. Ice cream.
Had this conversation, and then somebody on Twitter is like, "Yeah, Breyers is perfect because I like to put mine in the microwave."
What?
And I said, "I don't. What do you mean? Like then it's not ice cream; it's soup.
Yeah, it's a tasty soup.
What do you do? What are you doing?
It's cream soup.
Briars.
You can have like cream of broccoli. You
Disgusting.
can have cream of chocolate chip.
Cream of chocolate chip.
Yes, that's exactly what it turns into.
Something that nobody dislikes.
Yeah. Nobody hates.
Nobody hates. I mean, I like those too. I mean, I know a lot of people that don't like ice cream.
Okay.
Oh, puppies is good.
There's a better one. There's a better one. I just thought of a better one.
I mean, I thought of some good ones, but I can't say them.
Free money.
Free money. Free money.
Yeah.
Nobody hates free money.
Nobody hates free money.
And you get a lot of free money with beating the bookie. Did you know he was 15-2 with his last 3 plays? You can go to the top of his site. No. I got the last question.
A day off.
A day off.
Oh, there we go.
Good one.
There we go.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. It's just a funny question to me. What's your first thought when someone says their favorite band is Imagine Dragons? Don't know why that's funny to me, but what's your first thought?
My first thought, you're too old for Nickelback. I mean, you're too young for Nickelback. I'm sorry, you're too young for Nickelback.
Yeah, that's great. That's such a good
So good. It's you know what though, man. You know, first of all, aim down to the thunder. That's all I can think about. That's you know what you shouldn't shame on Nickelback like that though.
I'm talking about
Stop.
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, stop.
He's shaming on Nickelback.
Whatever.
He's
I mean,
saying
they've
that
been them for 20 years. Stop.
that it's the
No, listen.
same person
Let's go on
that
to this
would like
topic.
Nickelback.
So let's talk about this. Toast, you won it. That was a perfect answer. Why does Nickelback get the rap that it does?
Don't know. That's
Oh,
what I
well,
don't
no.
understand.
What is? Aren't they're
Is it
Canadian, right?
The way
Yes.
they're Canadian.
So that's part of it. That's part of it. There's the automatic, like, well, they're Canadian.
Chad
so we look down on
Kroger
them.
is the lead singer.
Yes, he
is
is.
it because of the way he looks?
No, it's because everything is about like just I don't know, man. Everything is the same fucking song. It's about the same thing. Trying to get a chick to give you a blowjob. It's just like being a I don't. It's just like whatever. Every song is the fucking same.
That's something that not a lot of people dislike.
No, I got you. I got you. And they made a career out of doing albums about it. So yeah, good for Chad. But I don't know, man.
They're so in the pocket. Like really, they are
too in the
so
pocket.
good.
They're too in the pocket. That's the problem. They are too.
And his brother,
Their hooks
his
are
brother,
too perfect. That's
his
the problem.
brother on Harmony is impeccable.
Oh, that's his
They're
brother?
the
That was
boy
today.
band.
So-
They're the
Yeah.
boy band of the rock world because they're too in the
Oh, the
pocket,
guitar
bro.
player? Chad Kroger's
Yeah, the
brother's
guitar player's his brother, I think.
That would
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Whoever his guitar player is
because I'll
awesome
tell you a
harmony.
band that sounds exactly like them that gets zero the hate, and they're Canadian too. Theory of a Dead Man.
Theory of Dead Man. It's the same thing.
It's
Yeah.
the same band, but they get zero animosity.
But they're not
Nickelback
nearly as
does.
big as Nickelback.
No,
Nickelback,
they're
like,
not.
Yeah,
They're not.
That's
but
the reason.
you would think they're like, oh, you're a knockoff. You're a Nickelback knockoff. You're even worse than Nickelback.
Well,
you know
that's
how they
why they're
got
not
their
as
name?
big because we already have Nickelback.
You know how they got their name, right? Nickelback. This is true story.
No, yeah,
Random
tell me
facts with
about
Bro.
it. Okay.
So they worked at a coffee shop, and anytime somebody got the coffee, they would literally the price of it, let's just say, was $2.95. Everybody would give them $3, and they would always say, "Here's your Nickelback." And that's how it came up. It was a popular coffee drink, and they worked at it. They were like baristas. True story.
Great.
Yeah.
Another
They
reason
do
hate
get a bad
Starbucks.
rap though.
They do. Yes,
No, they do.
They get a really
They
bad
do.
rap.
They do, but they made a shitload of money off of it. They're fine.
Oh,
Their
100%
biggest
they're
their
fun. I just
biggest
think it's
commercial hit
unwarranted.
was "How You Remind Me."
Mhm.
So when that song first came out, it's like, I never made it as a blind man, couldn't make it as a poor man
Poor man
stealing.
stealing.
I swear to you, the way he says that opening riff, and for the life of me, I'm like, how does he get away with saying this line? Because it is very racially insensitive. I always thought I couldn't make it as a black man. But the way he says, I'm like, how is this song popular? This makes no sense. Like, I literally was like, so for about that song was out for about a year and a half, 2 years before I finally figured out he wasn't saying that. He was saying blind man. I was like, oh, okay.
Here's another thing to hate about Nickelback.
Oh boy.
All right,
Okay.
they're Canadian. Okay,
Yeah.
there's another Canadian band called Rush.
I didn't know Rush was Canadian. I was today days old when I figured that part out.
There you go.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
Even I knew
Tell me
that.
this isn't sad. Rush has sold 40 million albums worldwide. Nickelback has sold 50. And it's horrifying. That is awful. That is awful. That is awful.
And in terms of the musicianship, I mean,
my
like,
God.
Rush is Beethoven and like,
3 of the greatest musicians of all time versus Nickelback.
yeah. I mean, Neil Peart's the greatest drummer of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the voice is
Getty
so
on bass,
iconic.
Alex
Hey,
on guitar.
I will tell you, a dead ringer for Rush's voice on a modern day band, really obscure band, but they have a couple good songs, is a band called Amberlin. They're like a heavier rock band, but they have some melodic tones. But that guy sounds exactly like Rush. It's he could cover him tomorrow.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's an
crazy.
incredible voice. Yeah. All right.
No,
so
he does. He's got that timbre.
So top drummers then. We already did top vocalists last week.
Mhm.
Right. So top drummers. Obviously Neil Peart, I think would probably be unanimous.
And John Bonham's
pretty
too.
much, yeah. John Bonham's right. Yeah. I mean, you can have that argument. I mean,
Who's better? Peart was more technical. John Bonham was too.
Yeah. I'd have to throw somebody in there who I think is honestly, I think he's comparable. I think he doesn't get the accolades he deserves is Carter Buford.
Oh, Carter Buford's phenomenal. Dave Matthews Band. Oh, especially being a jazz drummer by trade.
Oh, he's incredible.
You know what I'm saying?
He is
just
so I have
my whole band.
My obscure one is it's fucking Ginger Baker.
For
you guys no fucking idea.
No, I'm trying to think of who's it for.
Back with Clapton Cream?
Yeah. I was thinking Lenny
just,
Kravitz, but no.
Oh, okay. Ginger Baker was just freaking phenomenal. Just amazing, just technically. But
the third
very
one,
old.
I might have shared this story in the past. The third one, believe it or not, was a church that I went to. The drummer was fun. They had a guest speaker one time, and it was like Lynn Swan came and he spoke to the congregation. The drummer was so good. As soon as Lynn Swan started to talk, he looked at the drummer. And he's like, "Man, you're very good." I'm like, "I know, right?" He's like the best drummer. He was so. I just would be like, "This guy is phenomenal." Never knew his name.
Can I bring up somebody? I didn't hear your church drummer. I don't know how good he is, but somebody who we had the pleasure of working with, and you tell me whether he was as good or better. Matt Brown is one of the best dudes I've ever been around on a set.
Oh, yeah, he's a professional. He's a pro. Literally, with like just he won't hit a beat and literally come in, and that guy could fit in any. And that's David Grohl, right? For the Foo Fighters, that's basically what he was.
Well,
he was a studio drummer. He came in, and you basically got the band formed around Nirvana. And David Grohl's the same way. David Grohl's a perfectly pristine drummer, could hit every note, and that guy could factor in any band and go play right now. You want David Grohl to be Carter Buford? He could be Carter Buford. If you wanted him to be John Bonham, he could be John Bonham. And Matt Brown's similar. Like,
so let me ask you this:
work with anybody.
Dave Grohl, better drummer than Taylor Hawkins?
I think so. But I mean, Tyler Hawkins was iconic along with David Grohl because it's just a video. I mean, it's just when that era, their videos, they were when they weren't serious. I will tell you this, that the Foo Fighters for me, I think the greatest gift for the Foo Fighters is how they can pull off being funny and not taking themselves seriously and having a song that should be taken seriously and being serious at the same time, and they pull it off. Like we could like, you either have to pick one, right? You're going to be, you're like indie rock, or you're like doing.
I hated that song though.
The Mentos commercial one, Monkey Wrench.
No, that wasn't Monkey Wrench. It was the one they was flying on. They were flying in an airplane or something.
Way to fly.
Learn to fly. Is it Learn to Fly?
Yeah, Learn to Fly.
Hated that song.
Yeah, but they could pull it off. Off.
I mean, I guess they got away with it.
I don't think we can't talk drumming and be a Mime Hurricanes podcast and ignore the greatest, most iconic drum solo of all time, and Phil Collins.
Oh yeah.
And
You know.
dude, his work for Genesis, dude, solid. Dude, he's an incredible drummer.
He was the lead singer for Genesis.
Incredible.
Well, one of them
Yes.
as a drummer until he
Yes.
started a Phil Collins pro. A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, I mean, Phil Collins, when you're a bass, it's a obscurity kind of a both of those, playing drums and playing that. Like, we could talk about the best vocalists of all time. We could talk about the best solo of all time. They have, like, you know, they're autonomous. They can stand on their own. It's harder with drums, right? It's harder with bass. So you got to always respect when somebody, like, you hear the drumming of One from Metallica, the double bass. I mean, you know exactly what it's from. Iconic. You hear that intro for Phil Collins, you know exactly. You know, another song, we just mentioned it, you know, Tyler, Foo Fighters, when My Hero. Oh my goodness, that riff! As soon as you play it, you know the song. It is so hard to just play a drum beat, be like, hey, you know what song this is? Hell no, I don't know what song this is. You know, but you turn around and they get it right. You know, My Name is Mud, Primus, the bass line, you know exactly what that is as soon as the guy plays
I think
it. It's
there's so much variety of style.
Mhm.
So much variety of style with drums, with bass,
And with bass,
You have that with guitar and vocals, but not as much as the differentiation of style that somebody plays bass or a kit. Because you think of all those top drummers we just mentioned, they're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big time.
Well, and you look at the top 10 list of the best bassists of all time, and they're all incredibly different as well. From jazz to rock
There's
to
jazz
just,
to heavy to.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
100%.
Some here that you've never even heard of. Like, there's one guy, dude. Holy shit, they had, who is this?
Is Pastorius on there?
No, yeah, Pastorius is on there. He's at number 9.
Jaco Pastorius.
Yeah, number 3 is James Jamerson. Have you heard of him? Apparently, he was the go-to bass guy if you were doing a Motown song back in the day, and he is on 23 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 and 56 to the number 1 spot on the R&B charts.
That's the David
That's
Grohl
insane.
of bass players. That's like,
Who do you think the
Right.
top
He's
two are?
just
Who do you think the top two
bassist.
bassists are? Who do you think the top 2 bassists are on this list?
if you say Flea, it's not by
That's number 2.
Oh my goodness! I was like, but it's about personality. No, he's badass too.
I mean,
He
he's
was badass.
good. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
Guess who's
Ren-
number 1?
Oof.
And when you hear, you'll go back to their songs, and be like, oh fucking yeah, you know, yeah. John Entwistle, The Who.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Sting on there?
Sting. Let's see. 3 was James Jamerson. Number 4 was Larry Graham, who's a soul rock funk guy. Number 5 was Les Claypool, Primus.
Oh, yeah. Primus.
Number 6 was Stanley Clark. He played alongside Chick Corea for a long time, apparently. 5 Grammys, 15 nominations. Okay. Geddy Lee's number 7. Victor Wooten is number 8, R&B guy.
Pastorius
and then
9.
Pastorius was 9, and number 10 was John Paul Jones, Led Zeppelin.
And one of those, random row again, in the movie Back to the Future 2, one of those bass players was the driver next to Marty McFly, tempting him to go fast, which eventually would cost him an accident. And that's why he lived in destitute later on in the movie. The guy tempting him in the truck for a race was Flea.
Nice.
Flea
I
was
figured
in
either Flea or Geddy Lee.
Yeah, Flea was in Back to the Future. Yeah,
Nice.
yes, he was. Yes, he
Listen,
was.
you know that Anthony Kiedis, and I think Flea also. I know Anthony Kiedis was, but Point Break
Yeah,
was the surfing gang that beat up Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing.
Jocko's youngest kid is an exceptional musician.
Like Pop.
So I grew up with Johnny, who's a good friend of mine in Pompano, was his oldest son. So we all back in the day. All back in the day.
Musicians consider his stamina and expressiveness a gold standard to meet, especially when it comes to playing fretless bass and steadily thumping out 16th notes. He was the embodiment of the concept of effortless mastery.
Totally, it was a different style.
using
Again, that's the
techniques
variety of style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane.
it was he was just a trendsetter when it came to that.
Here you go. He started out playing drums, but a wrist injury caused him to switch.
I didn't know that.
There you
Makes
go.
sense. I mean, those are you could play
very
the bass like a
synonymous.
percussionist instrument if you want to. That was the thing that made Dave Matthews, when he said it one time, and I didn't understand this. He goes, "I don't play guitar like most guitar players. I play it like a percussion instrument."
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, it's a guitar. It's not a drum. Until
Until you listen to it.
until you try do you try to sing and play at the same time, because there's
Right.
no harder instrument to sing along to than the drums, right? Easy to do it on guitar because you can make pockets. Singers, okay, that's the obvious one. Piano, okay, you can make pockets. Bass is a little difficult because you're trying to keep your own thing. But drums, you're doing such left brain, right brain things already. To sing on top of that, plus being a man, it's like impossible. But you try to sing a Dave Matthews song and learn to play that and sing, you're like, oh yeah, you're playing this like a drum, because I can't do it. It took me months to learn how to sing and play one of his songs. And like any other song, I could do it like this. Dave Matthews, phenomenal musician. Phenomenal. That whole band, something.
Bass player for STP was good too.
Danny DeLeo. There's Donnie and Danny. The DeLeo brothers
good.
were, some iconic riffs. I think out of all that grunge era, he was the best.
Yeah.
By far the best.
It's because he was different.
Yeah.
A lot of his rhythm section stuff was not rhythm section.
It was soloing.
Yeah.
He was he was playing solo bass while keeping like time.
Right, exactly.
Like you go back and listen to some of those STP riffs. I mean, especially they work hand in hand, but great band. Man, we lost a lot of good people.
Oh my God, so many of them are gone.
Look,
so many of them,
except for Eddie's dead.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I thought about this the other day. All the grunge from back then, right? Obviously Cobain. You got the dude from Blind Melon. You got
Scott
Weiland, James Weiland. You got
exactly the
Lane Staley.
Lane Staley's dead.
Pearl Jam's still alive.
That's what I said. I was like, you get Eddie. Everybody else dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's what it was.
Chris Cornell.
That's what I said. Chris Cornell. Yeah.
Oh, you said it. Andrew Wood. Yeah.
I will say Chris Cornell's done some really cool kick-ass covers. His cover of Sinead O'Connor's "Nothing Compares," haunting,
phenomenal,
hauntingly good, phenomenal. I will say today though, and I never heard him do it, but he did a rendition of U2's "One." It was great until the time where Bono at the end of it's like really like stepping on it and being very wordy. Not Chris Cornell's game. He kind of falls off. I'm like, ooh, not a good look for you. It's the only time I've listened to Chris Cornell and was like, that's not a good look. But back to the Sinead O'Connor thing.
I saw a Temple of the Dog. He and Eddie doing whatever the name of that song is.
Yeah, Temple of the God. I'm going Hunger Strike. Hunger Strike.
Yeah.
Hunger Strike.
And Cornell was ass.
Amazing. Oh,
ass. Not good.
Oh, what are you talking about?
You just had an off day.
Ass.
Like, he was great on that album.
No, the album was good.
It was just a bad live.
I saw a live version.
Oh, a live version. Okay.
And I think literally Eddie's sitting there, like looking at him, like,
that whole.
What am I supposed to do with this?
That whole album was a tribute to Andy Wood.
Yeah.
So from Love Bone.
So what I was gonna say was we were talking about guitar solos. The most covered song by professional artists. This is a guess, and you just mentioned it, so I'll probably give it away. But this is my guess of the most covered song by professional artists. You have a guess?
I'm Googling
it. I'm purely a guess. So Google it.
Well, listen, All Along the Watchtower has been covered. So
that's my guess.
Like Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower was a cover of All Along the Watchtower.
Yeah, that was my guess. When you said Bob Dylan solo, I was like, That's the most covered song ever.
And Dave Matthews did a version of All Along the Watchtower.
Pearl Jam does it.
Yeah. I think you have to do that.
I think it's
But
rite of passage or something.
And that's one of the greatest covers of all time. You know, you have the better cover when your cover is actually better than the original. And Jimi Hendrix version of All Along the Watchtower is way, 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 way better than Bob Dylan's. And I will tell you a newer one, and I don't want to be sacrilegious whatsoever to the Cranberries, but Bad Wolves' version of Zombie is better than the original. I will say that. I know that sounds sacrilegious, but Bad Wolves.
No, 100%. Look, I actually wanted to do Zombie and got overruled. I think it's a great cover. I don't know why I got overruled. I don't know.
Because I wasn't forward thinking
you?
enough to. Yeah, probably. I wasn't forward thinking enough to do it the way Bad Wolves did it.
Have you heard? And we should end on this. It's late. Have you heard the cover by Daughtry?
Yes.
And Lizzie Hale.
Oh, no. I was going to say Daughtry did a cover of Separate Ways by Journey, and it's badass.
That's
so
the
catchy.
one. It's Daughtry and Lizzie Hale.
Oh, yeah. It's so awesome.
Separate Ways.
I'm going on a call. My iPhone plugs into the phone. I got a Taurus, right? I literally got the lights on, like going sirens, and that song comes on. I'm like, what the hell is this? And that's how I heard it. I blasted like I was in Top Gun, bro. I was like,
I will say, and now I'll be critical about it. The first verse I don't love. I think they could have done it differently. But the rest of the song is so badass.
Tits.
And she is, you almost can't tell the difference between the two of them.
I know. It's really hard to tell the difference.
It's really hard. Like
yeah.
Kenzie listened to it. She's like, that's a girl. And then Maven's like, that's not a girl. Like, dude, I swear to you, she doesn't sound like a girl. She is a heavy rocker. They kill it.
It's a very
their harmonies are impeccable, but you almost can't tell the difference.
It's a great cover. It's a great cover. I don't think it's better than the original version.
Better than the original.
No. But I will say Bad Wolves.
It's very, very different.
It's very different, and I like it. Yeah.
I'll have to go listen to it. All right, top 5 covers of all time. You guys weren't even close.
Knock it off. It is
number 5 Over the Rainbow. Number 4, My Way. Number 3, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Number 2, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, and number 1, Motherfucking Yesterday by the Beatles.
Not by like pop. These are by the
Did you look it up by the
Yesterday has racked up approximately 2,200 variations since it was released in 1960. These are all recorded variations.
Which one?
Yesterday, the Beatles.
Really? Old folks home this question. Like, this is what you ask Arbor Oaks.
Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, did Aretha Franklin, Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley. They've all covered it.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know that either. I'm just saying. I was surprised by the Stones on that list.
Yeah, we were thinking circa,
Yeah.
We were thinking a little. Oh,
but Satisfaction has 400 different recordings across from different artists.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead.
That's dumb too.
I got you. Okay.
I will get by.
It does. I mean, let's be honest. You want to talk about the most overrated song ever written?
Yeah. That's
Satisfaction might be it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the
All right, let's wrap this bitch up. It's over.
Yeah,
but brutally overrated song.
I don't know. I'm gonna put this up. I can easily get overruled, but I just want the title to be this. I could send it to you. These letters.
Oh my God! Yeah, email it to me so I can copy and paste.
It has to be
GYAITMF.
Get your ass in the fucking house before I beat you.
Email it to me.
I already know. I don't even need to see it.
Russ Toast. I'm telling you right now. I saw that. I saw the letters, and I'm like, "Get your ass!" And I nailed it. I nailed it. There, I didn't look it up. I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what that means." I was so impressed. That's what I do. And I do like the iPhones. And I was giving you shit before we jumped on the show because I'm in my family chat, right? And I have come up with a new tradition since I'm new to the family chat of sending them funny T-shirts. Right. I send them when I go to work, I send them a funny T-shirt. So I'm going to tell you guys the funny T-shirt that I just sent. That was a funny T-shirt nomination too, but I couldn't send that to my kids because they wouldn't understand that. But Bob has No arms. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not
Not
Bob.
Bob. I got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh my God, it's great.
All right.
Oh, I can go to bed feeling accomplished.
Oh shit! All right, email me that shit, Russ, so we can get the hell
I
out
don't
of here.
know. Not Bob might be the answer. Not Bob might be the title. I don't know. You kind
All
of
right, so
this up here.
hopefully next time we come here, changes will have been made so no one walks off the show. But until then, go Canes!
Bang.
That's another episode in the books. The Orange Bowl Boys are brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Visit edmorse.com.